Whoa. Oh, oh, weird screen. Hadouken! I just had to pause there. Greetings and salutations, fellow Lensradians, the High Council, and to all of those beyond. Did you see that screen? Yes, my screen is somewhat funky. It's like going do 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 do. I think it's because I've set this up before in a multi-screen. Whoa, whoa! Now it's going back like into the distance. Uh, and I had to have it up there briefly because you had to see the load screen. I'm super stoked because normally on the PC version with these updates and these major events, yes, major event, Triumphal Celebration 2026, rather, the Triumphal Celebration, okay, Triumphal Celebration. I'm trying to arg here. That was terrible. I rehearsed it and totally flopped it up. Greetings and salutations. Welcome, thank you. This is the wonderful channel of the tube on the U persuasion known as MNTKR. It's the R5 Life with Leto. I am Leto the Second, R5 of the Landsred Muad'Dib on server 1834 in Ebony. The King's Return. You might notice a little bit of a different background. I am not at home right now. I'm out of town. I'm visiting family. I'm in my home state up in the Pacific Northwest. And wouldn't you know it, a major, massive whoopity-doo event is happening while I'm away. So I'm not in my usual position of attack, if you will. But irregardless, not a word by the way, I am in a good enough space to be able to record this content and get it to you because I can't wait. I'm not going to be back home until next week, Monday, Tuesday, and I don't want to wait to get you some content as far as running through this particular update, 5.27.1, 5.27.1 on the PC, 5.27.0, I think, on the mobile device, but we have reached another quarter of this game, it appears, and we are now revisiting a game, this Triumphal Celebration. You might remember, probably a year ago now, that we had Triumphal Celebration featuring Rome. Now we have got an American theme, it appears. Okay? Yes. And it is a swashbuckling, seafaring pirate extravaganza. They are coming our way, ode to expedition Irene d'Arnaud. All right, that is not American. However, there were a lot of French colonists coming over to the Americas around this time, and then the many pirateers as well on the open seas. And we needed someone like Presley O'Bannon to become the hero of Derna and rid these seas, these good, beautiful blue waters of the Americas from these scallywags. I don't know. I'm making all this crap up. It is fun and it is cool, but I would be remiss and I'd be kicking myself if I didn't get something out there to go through this and talk about it before this event went on too long, especially since, well, this screen's so boring, especially since we have the the server war upon us about 5 hours away now. Yes, let's see here, 4 hours and 43 minutes. Be careful out there. There might be a cleansing. There might be a purging. There might be some flexing of the muscles of people who, whatever, like to flex and purge and blah, 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 blah. I'm not going to get into that again, okay? We don't need to talk about grinding my gears. We got to talk about this event. My hair is just bothering me over here. Okay, hold on. We got to take a swig because this is a journey. Everybody drink. Have trouble to close it. All right, sorry. No shout outs today, not because I don't love you, but because we're going to get to some things. We're going to get into it. It's going to be difficult for me to not be rallying constantly. Why? Well, one of the things here about this particular event is the pirate calamity. The Barbary pirates are greedy marauders based along the North African coast and sailing from the Mediterranean. They plunder merchant ships and abduct coastal civilians, making them the deadliest blight on ocean trade routes. Monarchs join forces to wipe out the Barbary pirates, shatter the shackles of the past, safeguard freedom across the seas, and claim rich rewards. These are super important to talk about and to slay. Slay without remorse and with reckless abandon. Give no quarter, dare I say, to these Barbary pirates of the normal sort. Normal sort. What does that mean? Well, if we see a normal, all right, did I just, damn, why did I do that? I'm going to cancel that. Nobody's there. Hee hee. Um, the what was I saying? Yes. The normal sort would indicate that yes, there is a non-normal sort. There is an elite version of these Barbary pirates. Much like all of the previous major events that we have experienced in the past, we are experiencing in this event an elite version that is summoned, and there is a particular way in which to acquire and or face these versions, and you only have, excuse me, a limited amount. It is important to note that you will not be able to summon these at will in endless droves, all right? But you will, over the course of each day, collect these particular items which will give you the ability to summon said elite version. Sadly, I have slain them all, but let's take a look here, okay? This expedition voyage. Every day, we are going to acquire from slaying normal Barbary pirates, all right, these pirate telescopes. Okay, you get 100 of them. Why does it say 110? Well, I've got a pretty darn good double drop rate. And you can, if you do get a double drop rate at the very last slaying, you'll get 40 of these, and it will go over the cap of 100. So that's pretty cool. But once you get 100, the day is over, and then you use these telescopes to go 100 at a time, thus giving you this expedition shop currency, a pirate bust. And within this shop, you are able to purchase more goodies. We have got these blessings, the Continental Army howitzer. We have these intelligence dossier, which are used to recruit our new and rare generals and our newest Arine D'Arnaud, all right? And then we have, last but not least, this expedition chest where we can purchase this with these pirate busts, a few more of them on top of what you get for free and or through these daily quests and chests that you open based on how many telescopes the servers contribute. Know what I'm saying? If this is the first time you've ever experienced an event like this, it can be a little bit overwhelming. There is so much to do, to see, to redeem in so many different areas. So hang in there, okay? Well, here, these recon telescopes, these are the devices and or items that you use to summon these elite versions of Barbary pirates, okay? Barbary pirates are important because you will get more of those telescopes from the Barbary pirates aside from the daily 100. So use your best double drop rate slayers on these and try and get in as many rallies as you can with all of your um, compatriots, your alliance members, because you want the opportunities to get the items from these elite versions. They are lucrative and they are valuable. But once enough of these telescopes have been contributed over the amount of servers that you are either paired with or with everybody worldwide, I'm not quite sure how that's broken down. Hmm? Hmm? Yes, okay. You get to unlock these chests, sorry there, and they have more goodies. These expedition chests, especially, like we saw in the store there, they're extremely valuable. Why? Random chance to get more of these intelligence dossiers. We want these because we want a chance to recruit those rare and expensive generals, either the newest one or some of these other generals that we haven't acquired from the past. Like, for instance, in my case, I want to go for, and I will specifically be going for Niccolo Piccinino. Why? Because I need a new ground pairing, main, and assistant. I have Lorenzo, but I can't complete his covenant because Lorenzo requires Niccolo. All right? So I am going to go for Niccolo here, and I'm going to need to recruit with these intelligence dossiers. And there's a 0.2% chance of getting the chest in which to pick this general, but this is a great deal because you don't have to spend much if you want to guarantee yourself, especially with triple coupons. You are guaranteed at the 200th opening to get this chest, okay? And the package here for $99.99 has this intelligence dossier times 40. It's 1-to-1. One dossier counts as one recruitment. You need 200, so 40 tripled is 120. And you can get for free 50 more intelligence dossiers, thus getting you 170. And then with those expedition chests, you can possibly get more. So you are darn close to getting that guarantee at around 170 to, if you're lucky, 180, 190 maybe, depending on the RNG of opening those expedition chests. Irregardless, not a word by the way, you might have to throw down on this one once more, but that is a good deal because tripling this once more gets you a chance to get that chest again. All right? And if you do, you can move on down the list. Hey, did you get Ahmos the First? No, when we had the Heavenly Fire, well, Ahmos the First is still one of the best, if not the best, assistant generals in there, and especially if you have Hatshepsut, you need him to complete her covenant. All right, checkity check the microphone. Here we go. And we also have an opportunity to acquire Hesilia. Now, we haven't gone into Presley O'Bannon and Irene de Arnaud, all right, as far as what their specialties are, but we are in a siege game, a siege territory once again. But Hesilia is still the best, now perhaps the second best assistant siege general, all right, and she is necessary for Romulus's. So if you have Romulus, he's awakened, and you are sieging your way to, Never Neverland. I don't even know why I said that. To the high seas. Pick up Hercilia. She's phenomenal. All right, and she will complete that covenant. All right. Let's see here. Nicola, I said I'm doing, and then Rostam, of course, if you have Tistria, you will need Rostam to complete each other's covenants respectively. This is a great deal. It is relatively inexpensive for the rarest of the rare. I love it when it's 1-to-1. I am looking forward to going for it this time around. We have some things come back. Let's go ahead and slay away. All right, I'll be doing this regularly because we have emirs out there. We've got so many opportunities to get things from these normal Barbary pirates. They are fantastic because they're relatively easy to slay. All right, if you have got somebody that you can rely on for rallying regularly, 24.6 million power, giving you all the normal goodies, but a level 15 boss monster chest, a level 15 Pahonix, Phoenix, a B-15 boss, all right, is going to be, what, 155 million or something? Don't quote me on that, but I will try and find one, and then we can confirm. But these Barbary pirates, sorry, I got a little itchy here, a little hair maybe, a little bogey. Um, these Barbary pirates, 24.6 million. So that means that perhaps you can just get out there and just cash in. That's what I've been doing all day, aside from leveling up a new general that I acquired as far as the military strategist chest goes. Yes, I acquired enough once more through the Hermes coins, and I had my eye on Philippa, and I finally got her. Sorry about that. I keep wackadoodling the screen here. Let's see here. 5, 7, 8, 3, 4, 4. I'm all over the place. 3, 4, 1, 5, 4, 5, 4, 6, 9. All right. Do not miss out on these. It is a treasure trove, if you will, no pun intended, or totally intended, of goodies of priceless treasures. 577341. That's the one I just did. Okay, cool. Level 15 boss chest. That is a tremendous amount of resources, speed ups, and gold. So I will, over the next 11 days, just take out every Barbary pirate I can because it is easy. They are quick kills. They're everywhere. They are, what would you call, ubiquitous. That's a good word, meaning they can be found everywhere. Um, and they give you so much in return. Get out there and slay and rally as much as you can because these events are incredibly lucrative. Lucrative meaning the potential to to earn you so much. Okay, like this. Here we go. We got refining stones. We got our sea fishes, our feasting revelry, and level 15 boss monster chest, baby. Okay, super stoked about that. All right. So I've kind of gone real quick and rattled through a whole bunch of stuff there, and perhaps I should slow down. And ooh, I love this. I love this part of the new update. All right. It pops up and says, "Hey, heads up, server wars here. You can go and fight, or do you have your truce agreement on?" It's a nice little friendly reminder because things can get nasty, you know? All right, here, let me heal some peoples here. Yeah, see? Sorry, I'm kind of mumbling there. I'm just doing my thing. All right, so let's start with our events, our regular events, if you will. Is there anything new? This is a massive update, 5.7, 5.27.1 FM. And do we have anything new? Advanced Journey. This isn't new. We've seen it many times through various events. And this one, my friends, is not one worth spending money on at all, unless it's just the $4.99. Why? The $19.99 gets you to the top faster. But nothing else. There's no ranking. There's no extra thing that comes after it. Okay, like a Dawn of Civilization. This Advanced Journey is just, this is a cash grab. This $19.99, you don't want it. The $5 one, perhaps. There is a lot of good stuff in there. But look at the end here. All right, Ethelflaed, El Cid. Those are the only two generals out of this entire chest that you can't get in the tavern. The rest of them, all in the tavern. This, unless you really need one, haven't seen them in the tavern, it's not worth it, not even for $5 in my own mind. But perhaps these 50 dragon crystals are, or something like that. But be careful the advanced journey. It might be a wolf in sheep's clothing, a pirate in disguised as a ninja. Um, uh, uh, because there's not much as far as a return on your investment for that, okay? Valuable events. These are more of our regular fare as well. I've gone over the all-out preparation before and broken it down. I'm not going to do it again. It's really unique. Go check it out if you're unfamiliar, but it is a way to redeem some of the regular generals that we've seen before, the Romulus, Ludwig, and Ragnar. All right, and then also an officer general chest with the potential for some specialty fragments Okay, this is specific to when you level up one of your barracks to level 40. You'll unlock those, I suppose. I never knew about those. Limited offer. This has been revamped. I think I've kind of touched base on it a little bit over the course of the last few weeks or something. But check it out: stamina, speed up, resource, and gems. Okay, those things are the same for each: stamina, speed up, resource, and gems. Stamina, speed up, resource, and gems. It used to change every day, every 7 days, and then stay the same for a month. Now it's the same packages, but just in different increments of value. So that's the biggest difference there. Chronicle Summon, we still have the same generals there. Stephen, Francis, whoa. Oh, these are new. Here we go. We have some new general fragments here. All right. Excellent summon. Francis the First of France is the excellent. So that's the, what is the excellent? Oh, not that one. The excellent would be, well, excellent is usually blue. All right. So maybe this is Francis the First. Let's see here. Purple is usually the legendary. Let's see. Yeah, purple. Well, now we're going to do it. The purple is legendary. But no, we're going to do this. Orange is legendary. This purple is excellent. So this is Francis First of France. And then the orange, which is normally our epic, let's see here, is the legendary. And that's the Nordic Barbarian King. I'll be goddamn. That's a pretty darn good one. And then we have had Gilgamesh here for a little while on the epic. Gilgamesh being epic 29.99. All right. And you've got a pretty good chance of getting those in there, but it is a gamble, not guaranteed. You want to match all three because then you get like double or an extra amount of them, but you're going to have to try those every day. But it's neat to see that there are different generals in there now. Officer Skill Book, Dragon Feeding Pack, Champions Affection, Legend Maker, Tomb Expedition is a lot of fun. I highly recommend that. If you're just doing the free quests like I am, all right, complete them and let them hold over. Hold them over for 10 days so you have 300 and you can go explore, explore, explore. You're going to have a better chance of clearing out this first room at least. All right, I have had tremendous luck by getting 300 of them over the course of the 10 days and opening on that 10th day and clearing this out really quick. You're guaranteed one of the limited rewards each time you do 10 expeditions. All right, so you're guaranteed to get three of these, three of the five, by doing this 300 times. And you should. These are pretty easy quests, but they can be easy to forget about. So make sure you stay on top of that. I'm going to get back out here. I'm going to do some things, but I like that expedition quest. There is a ranking with it. All right, so you can get something in return, and you got to be fast to use those free ones if that's the route you're going. But there are some incredible prizes or incredible rewards by making it all the way through, but it's going to cost you a pretty penny. All right, but they're well worth it, and I highly recommend that you invest in that one almost exclusively if you're going for it, because the end of the game, the end of the mini game prizes there are going to cost you a little bit. And if you go halfway, you're going to be disappointed because you're not going to make everything back that you wanted. You're going to get so far and be like, well, dang, maybe I shouldn't have done that. 656 382 656 382. Oh, yeah. All right. You're going to get to a point and be like, oh, man, I spent all this money, but I didn't quite make it to the end here, which is going to ultimately get me this super, super excellent prize, which is pretty super, super excellent. All right. Level 4. Oh, a military strategist chest. You, in order to progress through these levels, wow, 10 of each. In order to progress through these levels, you have to clear all of the limited rewards. So 5 in the first, 1, 7, 11, 15 in the second, 12, 19, 26, 27 in the third, 35. Oh my gosh, 45, 65, and last but not least, 38. Damn, 44 plus 38 is 62 plus 1, 63 total. I'm not going to add them all up, but that is a lot. You're guaranteed after 10 What are the packages on this one? Let's take a look. Get up. 500 expedition lanterns. You triple that, you've got 1,500. 100 is 10, right? So 1,500, you've got 150 trips. That might get you through one level each time. That's going to cost you a pretty penny. But the package is good. The return on the investment is good. So if it's worth going for some really, really good stuff, and then ultimately getting these ultimate prize, man, there's some good stuff. Uh, uh, you're going to want to focus on that and spend a good amount of gauge there. All right, cool. Success and benefits, we know that. The tactics, we know this. Active gear deals week. Oh my gosh. Okay, so real quick here, I hope you have seen this. All right, because this is one of the best deals and wildest things I have seen in the game as far as something that's available to you. Journey, drink. What is it? Every now and then we have these deals, week super sales, okay? Where you have a 99-cent daily package, okay, which is a good deal for 99 cents. It's not worth 10 bucks. I don't know why you would buy that at full price. That's the silliest goose thing. If you click on that, nope, it's not going to do anything. Oh, what would it say here? Do you want to give up the discount and purchase? No. Okay. You can purchase this one time. Guess what you get? Boom! Ashoka, the second best keep officer in the game. If you got Menshikov, you need to scrounge up 10 bucks, use a double coupon on this. I recommend a double, and get yourself a new amazing keep officer. Increases range troop attack by 20%, reduces enemy ground troops HP by 15. Great debuff. Sorry, and a huge ranged attack buff. Plus, you're going to do some construction speed awesomeness, all right, in your specialties. And you want this, plus more range troop attack there. This is miles ahead of what Menshikov can do, even Awaken. Plus, if you, excuse me, if you double this, you can ascend Ashoka one more level and be in city ground troop, mounted troop defense plus 25, and HP plus 25%. Huge! Why double it and not triple? Well, if you triple it, you're going to get Ashoka one more time, but you need him two more times after this first star to get him to 7 stars. Okay? So you'll be 30 short and you won't have the fragments to ascend him because he does not take regular exclusive ascension fragments. He just takes ascension fragments. That's the name of them. Okay, they are so extremely rare that all you can get them is an all-star or through these VIP packages. They are this ascension fragment. See a little soldier on there, and it's a little darker. These are the ones it takes. They are so rare that you will either have to get Ashoka again somewhere. You can get him from an officer's chest, and take him and then use that to get him to the 7-star. I don't recommend that. 10 bucks, double it, and then get him to 6 stars, and he is going to be set with max specialties forever until you get Hera or until somebody else comes out again. But I wouldn't worry about it. $10. These generals, these officer generals, they can cost you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars, but you can get Ashoka, like I said, the second best keep officer for only 10 bucks. Ascended to 6 stars. Do yourself a favor, get on that. It is a great deal. It's awesome. I recommended it to my alliance and I said, yo, everybody, if you've got Menshikov or you need a specific keep officer, go for this, not the Covenant Stone, but the Deals Week sale. All right? All right. If you have Hera, Hera's way better. I'm not going to go into it. If you disagree with me, we can, have a civil debate about it, or we can fight. Hadouken! That's what I'll do. No, I wouldn't. I would just respectfully listen and then show you why Hera is far better. Anywho, these are other regular ones. Hanseatic Trade, don't forget those. Golden Bow is back. Solace's Wishing Pool, always a fine, the wonderful thing. Flexible specialty, this comes every now and then. Be careful, 88,000% return on your investment. So it's going to be lighter in some of the other areas as far as the things that you get. Where perhaps is it lightest? No, that's good. It's pretty good. The biggest thing about this is that you get a flexible specialty box, and those are extremely rare, extremely valuable, extremely useful. If you go for this, you are going to want to triple that baby. All right, it looks like we got some of them to return. Let's get back at there into the fray. Okay. Hey. Wow, we're clearing the map. I had so many bookmarked earlier. Oh, I still need to get some emirs, I think. Come on now. Where are you? We'll take this one. You're close enough. Shame on you, Barbary, Bobbity Pirate. 485-715-575 now. Okay. So it looks like here we go. 5733569er. Yeah. Let's go for broke there. Did I already get this? 566-719-5666? Nope, sorry. I don't have all of the things bookmarked, but you can see as I'm going here that I'll use the word again, ubiquitous. How ubiquitous they can be found everywhere. They're a dime a dozen, if you will, but they're so much more valuable than that. 665-551. Okay, we're groovy. You don't have to look far to get them, and they are worth rallying almost exclusively. All right, back in the event action. Okay, let's see here. I got to tell somebody, yes, you're welcome. Sorry. Recording some content at the moment, right now. Yeah. Okay. All right. So going back in here, these are fun. These are cool. These are all regular. The biggest difference is that weekly deals go for it. Spiritual Beast, we don't have the Spiritual Beast this time around because of the Triumphal Celebration. Super Blazing, that's a pretty good one. All right. It's 70,000, but it's pretty helpful, and you want to get them all and get that piece and make sure you get enough to reach that 10 mark. Otherwise, you'll have 7 fragments in your inventory for over a year like I do. All right, that's regular general portrait. Journey to Glory. Maybe you can sneak in the other 10 of these night coins during SVS. It can be tough. It can be tricksy. Ooh. Oh, the King's Party. We'll go over that once we get into the Triumphal Celebration specifics more, because we can click it through our other menu. But we have Presley O'Bannon's Triumphal Oath skin. Resource and Sprint. This is really unique. I just maxed out some specialties, so I really went through some gems there. But this is really unique. Why? Because it's not just resources like we had last event, and it's not just speed ups like we had the time before last event. It's both of them. Resource und sprint. I like that, but keep in mind they increased. They increased the amount that you have to do in order to complete these. That's all right, okay? Because resources and speed ups kind of go hand in hand. If you're using those, you're going to be using the other. But it's going to take a lot. I went training day for Server Monarch, and also I used a bunch of speed ups to level up my subordinate cities because I needed these first 2 levels to earn 80 more Hermes coins to earn this baby, the military strategist historic general chest. I've been saving up for that for a long time, perhaps 4 or 5 months. I don't even remember. Maybe not even that long, but a long time. And I finally got it. I got my military strategist chest. I took some screenshots of it because I don't know. I wanted to. Uh-oh, where are they? There we go. Oh, I don't need to pull it up. It looks cool though. Check it out. Boom! 3010 is what I had, and it cost 3000. I did it. What did I get? Boom! The military strategist historic general chest. I did it. And then Shubloips. I went for Philippa. I had said it a number of times in other videos. She's the one I wanted. And let's take a look at her now. Okay, I don't know why I'm talking like that. It's just fun from time to time. But I actually need to get her on duty. She's just idle, and I'm a silly goose. I went and smote my epic city for a while. Got her up to 36. I had to cultivate a fair amount. I could have cultivated less and saved some gems if I wanted to hit the city more, but I didn't want to. It was taking too long, and we've got the server war coming up. But she is the warehouse. Okay, warehouse officer. These are her duty. Duty means service and also poop. These are the service duty skill books, level ones. Okay, warehouse officer, mounted specific, warehouse officer, mounted specific. We likes this. Specialties, these two aren't going to take effect, but the sage will, because it says applied to warehouse officer. Obviously. But resources protected, food protected from troop upkeep. That is tremendously helpful. Attacking siege machine and ranged troop attack. And then I'm going to slowly max out this one. Attacking mounted troop and ground troop attack. Attacking mounted troop attack. 8%, 6%, and a great, hefty, healthy debuff. Ground troop and mounted troop HP. Those are important. Don't let anybody tell you that they're not. Okay? We want a debuff. Attack, siege range, sure, but ground troop HP, debuff, huge help. Huge, huge, huge help. I can't get this lid on it. I don't want to spill. Sorry. All right. So I'm super stoked about her because she increases ranged and siege attacking ranged and siege attack and HP by 15 and reduces enemy troops defense by 15%. Sorry, I gotta fix these again. That is tremendous in my humble opinion, and I need to get her on duty. What am I just doing sitting here? In order for her to be a super warehouse officer, she will need to have a power level over 3.1 million. Okay, we're able to do that with gear, and once we put her there in her position, we can then remove her. All right. And she needs 1400 attack and 1400 defense. I think we're there. Now, be careful. If you don't want to get all of your stuff back, I like to wait until the next day to take my warehouse goodies. Go to one of your other positions, go to defense, and then you can switch out from there. You don't have to click the building itself, okay? But I've had Leonidas the First there for a long time doing his duty. All right, and now we actually have the duty officer, and I'm so stoked to put her on there. I wanted to wait for you to be here, but here are the warehouse, officer requirements. Super warehouse officer, 1400 defense, 1400 attack, and power of 3.1 million. Okay, resource protected 100%. That's in server war when getting plundered and stuff, and food protected from upkeep another 150. That's 300% food upkeep with her skills too, and 250 resources protected. That is LeJoyts. Super. There she is. She is ready for the super. Now we're gonna see this bad boy glow. Shabloops. Philippa warehouse. Now let's see her on this screen. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Now that she is assigned and she's taken the title of the super warehouse officer, we can unequip this. Okay? So we just equipped it in order to get the power requirements, and then once they are in position, you can unequip them and they maintain their super status. As long as you don't remove them from the position, they will stay in super status mode. But we are getting all this action now. We are getting these extra buffs, and I can't wait to bring that up to max because it's going to be a tremendous help for our big bash monster slaying action. All right. All right. Okay. Let's head back out there into the fray once more. Hey, thanks, Dave-O. All right, all right, all right. I'm gonna go after this one. Perfect. perfect. That's from Street Fighter. Remember when you get like a flawless victory? And there you would get the guy's voice going, perfect. I like that. I like that. Look at this update. Oh, you can't quite see it. I'm getting a lot of different letters typed into the chat because whenever you do emojis, it is like a the translator or either update just registers it as the letter M. It's really kind of frustrating now because there are so many bugs getting worked out and then they're just replaced by other ones. For example, since the update, I'm not able to get pink gems. It just won't let me. There is a big deal to get put into a lottery to get a raffle for an extra triple coupon, but I can't get into it. They won't let me go get pink gems. It just declines all of my requests. And I have sent copious amounts of emails and I'm still waiting for some sort of resolution and or help. And I'm curious if anybody else is experiencing the same ordeal. What are you talking about, Lito? Well, check this out in your announcements. They're going to have this one here. It's the most recent, essentially. Mid-year exclusive gift triple. The mid-year event is now in full swing from now until June 10th. Participate in the official event and you will automatically be entered into a lucky raffle. Visit this. I visit. It's worth following. Not trying to promote it per se, but because it is access to a lot of deals you might not know about. Okay, when you get these pink gems from here, you have a chance to receive an extra triple down package coupon. All right, winner announcement. Winners will be announced June 11th. The rewards will be distributed by 12th. Make purchase on the official website. You get 5% value back. Okay, 5% back on top of what you got. Plus, these 20 winners will receive another triple down package coupons. To receive triple down package coupons, I don't know what that means. How many more? I want to get that, but it won't let me. Those are people I don't know. Okay, it behooves you to check out the Facebook and join it loosely. I'm not on there much, but you get access to the codes and the extra special deals like that too. All right. So we just went through Philippa. She is assigned. That was the Hermes sprint consumption. Those are the valuable events. Here we would normally see our Soul of the Spiritual Beast or um, uh, the general, the fabled general's hall or whatever we've been seeing lately. But this time they've made room for the shopping spree. I'm not going to talk about that, but checking out this preview, one thing I might recommend, okay, when you go this random flash sale on day 4, these, look at that, a 1% chance of getting conquest fragments. Okay, if you were to get all of these, it'd be $20 to get enough for all of those. 50, 25, 50, so it's 100, 105, 110, 115. And you can buy that over the course of 3 times. So $60 total, 115, that's 345 of those boxes with a 1% chance. You got a good chance to get 3 to 5 conquest scroll fragments. It's pretty cool. You might not want it. You can't double it or anything, but I just wanted to give you a heads up. I like it when those very, very valuable rarities are tucked in there. Auction house. Okay, nothing else to go in here. We went over that. Hey, one of the things that goes on with these big major events, new card packs. Triumphal Celebration rare card pack. Shobloips. Okay, you are going to earn card packs another way, and you need to hold on to them until the last day and open them all at once, because I believe you will get 10. I believe you will. We will look each day in the story of this new event. You will get 2 of the card packs. Okay, let's see here. Don't need to do that. Do I have this here? Oh, there's a new champion. We'll talk about that. Okay, nothing there. Did that there. Yeah, see. When I can, okay, finally I can get to 8. I'll do that in a later time. Do I have any chips? No. Sorry, I'm just going through my things to check to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, I lost something in the auction. Bye-bye, or it's okay. I didn't expect to get you anyway. All right. Valuable event, events, journey, login, gifts. Let's go check out this. The login rewards. Voyage to civilizations. New ideal land ornament, baby. The Tripoli Monument. Tripoli, Africa. Mark size as always. Attacking mounted troop and ground troop defense, baby. And then enemy siege machine attack debuff. You're going to have to get this up to level 4 or 5 to get that debuff started. And you got to get this to at least level 2 to get the attacking mounted troop and ground troop defense started. But I want this. You'll want this. It's part of a fame quest when it's all said and done. Sorry, real thirsty. So keep that in mind. Worth getting, always is. All right. I have since added to my ideal land, and I now have 30 ornaments. Thus, I have these tremendous buffs and debuffs, a massive amount. All right, for just owning these, and then you get items back too. All right, war medal. That's all the same. Treasure hunt. Go find those stinking pyramids. Try and get as many as you can. All right. Sometimes you go against other players that have different ways of finding them. Yeah. And I have been able to get at least the first 3, it looks like. The first 3, yes, by doing 3s and a few 4s. So doesn't matter if you're missing them, since server wars coming up. Go get the number 3s. Gather troops is the same. Lucky composing. I've talked about this a number of times. Save them all up. Compose each one. All right, they're different colors. You can cycle through them. All right, when you do compose, you can cycle through the colors to get different numbers. I always prefer number 3, 3. All right, and then number 2, I believe. Number 3 I like best because of the refining stones. We're not going to go into that. I did that on a live stream a long time ago, and I've done it in other videos too. Holy smokes, I still need to get my surprise resource gifts. All right, excuse me. My goodness, I'm Mr. Burpee Pants. Come on, come on. I'm going through my chat because they're posting some, what are the frogs? That's 1834, 409, 466. This game is right now buggy as heck. There we go. More rallies. We must rally. We must. I have to. It's been like I said, I'm traveling and I have been doing other things, and I met my best bro, Rhino, in the Landsrad. We met for a drink today for a chai tea. He had an Americano, and we talked. It was nice. I'm living in a different part of the country, although this is my hometown, and we got to meet in real life. Have you ever met an online gaming buddy? You know, online gaming buddy in real life? 472, 443, 447. Okay, good. We're doing different ones. I'm going to get on that one with Davo. Good douche. Ooh, I got another one? All right, cool. Did I have somebody come back? Huh, I must have. I'm only doing 2. I'm joining him, bro. Get it, dog. All right. So, yes, it was awesome. Got to hang out and meet my best bro in the game. It's awesome. I need to move this spot here, so hopefully they come back and nothing has respawned there. Okay. Okay. Pretty much all the regular stuff there. Okay, I'm going to go through here. Ranger Knight Order. Everything's looking groovy there. Check out the trades. See if there's anything that you can do to help your fellow Landsradians, High Council, to all those beyond. FDTK RCR5 Life with Lito. Yeah. All right. Let's see here. Auction house. You already suffered through that. Grace of Star Trail. Save them until day 10. Do 10 at a time. Feasting Revelry. Oh, 372. I got to get those as well. 500 every day. Great Expedition. I love this one. It's a lot of fun. Should be pretty familiar with it. I'm not going to go into it since we got so much other stuff. Our Wind Blessings, one of the best deals in the game as far as what you get and what you can redeem in return. All right, go for it. You will love it. Weekend purchase event, Brave Fart, Heart, Historic City, City, Shitty, Shitty, City, Shitty, Shitty. That's the song. All right, and Revelational Horror is going to start. Super stoked about that. Why? Because I just need to get a few more of those coins, and I can finally ascend Narcissus up to 6 stars for my subordinate city mayor. All right. Okay, let's see here. Alliance Boss, Trial Sphinx starts tomorrow. Gain, Garuda Trial, finish that up. Dwarfs, Lucky Apple, gosh, money punny. Glory Arena, oh shoot, I have a couple there. I need to do that before I forget. Battle of Guags, Constantinople sign up today. And then we just finished a round of Alliance Duel. Okay. Okay. It's time to look at the Triumphal Celebration in earnest. Let's see here. I want to check this wonky screen real quick, boop, which is just fine. All right, and we'll start at the top. We'll end with the generals, and I'll give you a piece of my mind as far as perhaps the way to approach this and what not to do unless you're in the market for it. Very important that you're intentional with getting the items, climbing the cake, recruiting the general in this particular event, because yes, they're very strong, but if you don't have all the pieces that you perhaps need to make them the most valuable and strongest, you're going to be better saving stuff and investing in who you have. Who do you have for your siege right now? Are they awakened? You might be in better shape. Do you have their covenant covered and fully satisfied? That is going to be good too. Why? Because these generals will have a unique assistant general, and they will be damn near impossible to complete their covenant buff requirements without that general. Case in point, Irene d'Arnaud. Okay, d'Arnaud. You need her in order to complete Presley O'Bannon. Presley O'Bannon, an American with an Irish name. All right, Covenant. Here she is. Yeah, you probably have Washington and maybe you have Alexander Hamilton. Probably have both. I don't know. Probably, maybe not. But you, without Irene, aren't going to make it probably past the peace covenant. And look, this is what you want. This is the good stuff. All right? Siege attack, siege defense, march size capacity. These are just fine, of course, but it's pretty much just siege defense. Training speed? Thanks. Death turning wounded rated troops when they're attacking? That helps too, but you want the attack, defense, and HP and all that jazz, especially the march size capacity. You're not going to be able to get that unless you get Irene as well, and that means investing. But this general is more powerful than our previous best general pairing of siege. Yes, Romulus and Hercilia. They're still very good. If you have them, they're awakened. Or if Romulus is awakened or close to being awakened, but you have Hercilia and you can do the Covenant, you're going to be in better shape unless you want to throw down some cash on this event. The biggest and most important thing to consider if you are going to go for Presley O'Bannon this pairing is his skill requires that you have a dragon or spiritual beast equipped to get that extra 45% for range troop and siege machines HP. If you don't, you're going to be wasting a tremendous amount of skill buffage. Okay? This is a big deal. If you're using siege and you're going out to attack with it, you are not going to want to have a spiritual beast on this general. Why? Because you will die. You will die. The dragon at level 10 guarantees the general survival. Okay? Dragons have passive buffs. Click this thing here. Passive skills. Enemy ground troop, enemy mounted troop HP, death turning wounded rate, general survival rate, 100%. Meaning if you lose a battle or someone attacks you and you're defeated, your general will not die. Your dragon at level 10 will get that for you. A spiritual beast will not protect you from death, and you might not have resurrection stones, or, you'll use a lot of resurrection stones, and that's a bummer. Okay, so you want to have a dragon on Presley O'Bannon to unlock his max potential as far as his skill goes. Do you have an extra dragon laying around? Okay, are you using Fafnir for your mounted right now because you don't have another mounted dragon? Are you using the Dragon of Thieves for your wall defense? Okay, do you have the Dragon of Thieves? Maybe you only have Norway Ridge. Maybe you don't have your Wonder unlocked yet. That's the thing, my friends. Okay, these generals are going to require something very, essentially a rarity, an extra dragon or another dragon that you have yet to unlock outside of paying cash money. Okay? You have to consider that because you might not be able to really benefit from this general pairing and or this general if that dragon is not available. You feel me? That is super, super important. I know most of us don't have, not most of us, there are a lot of us perhaps that don't have a lot invested in our siege generals, our siege marches, our siege technology. Okay? So you've got to go in this intentionally with the idea I'm going to awaken this general. I'm going to have a dragon on them. I'm going to get Irene to complete the covenant. That's a significant investment of finances, and you might be better off waiting until the next event for that ranged ground or mounted general instead. You feel me? I hope so. Let's take another look again. You need a dragon. The spiritual beast, ignore that. You need a dragon on him. It's got a skin, which is really cool. And these are really good skin buffs. Okay, in rally siege machine attack and ranged troop and siege machine defense. Really, really good ones, especially this own to activate. But that's going to cost you $2,000 to get to the top of the King's Party cake. All right, if you've got the scratch, go for it. And you want to get that next best and greatest siege general, here you go. All right, we've got a tremendous amount of attack power, defense, HP, and a whopping 12% of march size capacity. He also has siege, which has 6% march size capacity. That's 18% so far. Let's check out his covenant. 18% plus 10, 28% march size capacity. Very good. And you will be able to put another 12% march size capacity on there for a total of 40 with the skill book. Okay. He does not have in the Battle of Tripoli another march buff. So keep that in mind. How much of a march size capacity does Romulus have? Well, I was going over this with my main squeeze bro Rhino earlier today. He does not have siege, he has bash, but in his last specialty, Imperial Era, he has 8% capacity, plus his 12% here, that's 20, okay? And his covenant, 20, 28. It's the same, 28 plus another skill book, 40%. Same march size capacity increase for Romulus and Presley O'Bannon. All right, let's check out Irene d'Arnaud. She is dwarfing Her cilia, essentially, her cilia is still very good, 55 for attack and I think defense, and her HP is 40. So 55-40 for her cilia and 60-45 for Irene, respectively. Very, very good. How about her attack or march size capacity? 10, big old 10%. You're not going to get any in here because you won't ascend her. She's your assistant. 10% there and 10% there. Only 20%. Okay? That's not very big. You're going to want to probably put the march size capacity on Presley O'Bannon and not on Irene. Okay? So she brings another 20. That's rather low for an assistant general compared to someone like Rostam, right? Rostam has a whole bunch, 6%. 15%, 21%, and the covenant is another, what, 15%, 30 something percent right there. Boom. So mounted marches naturally have more to them anyway, but she is going to add a tremendous amount of pop. 60, 60. Whew. Okay, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. You'll want her for the covenants. All right. You'll want her to complete Presley O'Bannon's pairing. Very, very good. By far the most powerful, most potent siege pairing we have. No skin for her yet. We'll see it in a few events later. All right, but that's what you have as far as the tail of the tape. This Enter the Story is where you are going to get your card packs. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Generally, 2 a day. Once these are completed, the spyglasses have already reached these numbers. We just have to get to the next day and click it. You will get a bunch of items. 2 of those items will be card packs. Wait until you have 10. Open them all at once. You're going to have your best chance of completing this new card pack, okay? Super important. These packages I recommend staying away from. Why? These pirate spyglasses, sorry about that, are going to run out. You're going to buy everything in here before you actually use them all. And there's nothing that is that good to get. Just get the free stuff. Get in as many rallies as you can to get these pirate busts with the spyglasses and move on and spend your money elsewhere. All right, you heard it here first. That is the Expedition Voyage. Okay? You'll get those. Just get in there and click them. They'll be nice and shiny. All right, rewards. Preview, new castle decoration, new champion skin. The champion, you will unlock at cake level 5. Sardinian headscarf. The champion, Anna Maria Porcile. She is great, especially for in-city siege. Okay? Very, very good champion. We'll take a look at her a little bit later. The shared gems. When you purchase gems, you'll get fireworks. Then you'll use the fireworks to pew, 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 shoot them off. Every 5 gets you some of these rewards. And then in the end, you get a bunch of gems in return for sharing them. It's very cool. Remember to share with those fireworks. Because, baby, I am a firework. Uh-oh, we got the elite ones. Here we go. We got to get ins on that. These are the good stuffs. The elites. Okay, these are 130 mils, so you might need some help, but you do not want to miss out on the goodies that they have to offer. Oh, baby. Oh, what I will do is get this posted and say, hey, and be like, yo, talking about the new event, go check it out. Sorry, I don't have time to do chapters. I am visiting family and stuff, and I probably need to check on them to see if they need my assistance in any way. But it sounds like the kids are having a good time making a sweet, yummy, delicious dinner. And generally, the best thing for me to do is to stay out of the way. Let's see here, 451-480. Shubloips. God, I love it when we have these extra goodies, these extra pirates and such. Okay. Normal, 479-536. Good. Okay, let's get back into here to the Triumphal Celebration. The Expedition Collection. This is unique. And this is the competition part where you will gain a ranking based on how much you buy. Okay? Generally, buying is what gets you the most, purchasing basic gems, but all of these other things, gathering resources, producing and claiming resources, offering tributes, killing level 10 and above monsters, so on and so forth. This is an interesting one. Use one treasure boxes. Treasure boxes are the civilization treasure boxes. They're not just regular boss chests. Those aren't treasure boxes. Those are boss chests. Treasure boxes are those nice green and red fancy ones. They're ornate. That is what it means. And you just have to use it. Open it, because it doesn't say use or compose the treasure pieces, it just says use it. So I'm assuming opening. That's always been a little bit confusing, but it's specific to the treasure box. Consuming here, consume. Go check out these quests. It's the same. They've been the same from all of the other events past. And that will gain you a compass point, and you'll climb the scale and unlock different treasure boxes at different milestones. The ultimate being at 37,500,000. Okay, for the Corsair Arch, a beautiful avatar frame. All right, but that's going to take a significant amount to reach. Okay, Monarch ranking rewards. Try and finish in the top 100, and you will get a 14-day temporary castle decoration of the Triumph base. This is amazing. Click it and go look at all of the special things associated with it. Just the best siege buffs and things that you could possibly ask for. How apropos, since it's a siege general. But if you get this dockyard 14 days, you will be able, it will count towards the quest, the fame quest. All right, for satisfying a number of things for a nameplate. Compass ranking, here we go. This person's already got 57 mils. Let's see here, 26. So 2 of these players already on day 1 have reached the top. Holy moly, wouldn't that be nice? And then here is where you are going to cash in on these coins. All right. These coins, you get 4 a day. So 11 days is 44 total. Guess what? 50 is what you need for the new March. Damn it. So you're going to have to go do an event package and double up on a $10 one, I think. Because if you double up on a 5 or triple on a 5, you're not going to get the 6 you need. All right? They're tricksy. So it's cool at least doubling or tripling a $10 package once, so you can get the free ones and get this March effect. All right? Look at this. They've got Sappho available. That is so incredible. She is worth upgrading. Why? Look. Construction speed, free construction speed. Wowza. And she doesn't, at least for the first 3 levels, require, what do you call it? She doesn't require Blood of Ares to ascend. Shoot, 150, I might have to go for her. I don't know, I think I have her at 1 star. Construction speed 2%. I wouldn't put her on the main city defense, but this construction speed is what's really incredible. 2%, a bunch of 2% and a bunch of other things. That is pretty darn cool, very unique. Young Gossaman, I don't recommend it. Don't recommend Narcisse. Here we go. I was wondering when we were going to get Tamer again. All right, and when she was going to be available. It looks like through these special events, but 400 coins is what you need, and that's a fair amount. All right, we've got a champion skin, the Sardinian brooch, 2,500 coins. Holy moly. 100 gold coins is what you get. Well, I forget what kind of coins they're called, but 100 coins is what you get from the biggest event package. So use all your triple coupons. That's 3 times 4 is 1,200. You're almost halfway there. You're going to have to double another $800 worth or so to get this champion skin. Oh, baby, that's a lot. That's a lot. But collect these silver coins. Forgive me, I don't remember what they're called. Sardinian somethings. 150 through gathering and 850 through monster kill. And then you go into the bottom of this to see what the silver ones will buy you. Hey, Ramian drink. Yep, stock up on those. Oh, I like these. You can get some Elise action. All right. Ooh, 50% off things. See, only 2 this time. Last time we could buy 10. See, they're changing stuff on it. See? Ooh, and you can buy more elite recon telescopes. Woohoo! Good stuff. Get all of those silver ones. It is worth it, my friends. You will love it. Okay? Expedition collection, Expedition Voyage. We looked at that. We looked at the Ode to Expedition. All right, with the rarity of these generals. Last but not least, let's take a look at our new champion. We saw that at cake level 5, you get that icon or that item to unlock them. What are they going to have to offer us? Let's go look. It's pretty cool. I'm excited for her. I'm hoping I can find a way to get my hands on her because I love adding champions to my repertoire, to my repository of champions. No, they don't live in a repository. To my to my gaggle of geese. No, to my collection, to my support, the champions, my champions. Oh, champion, my champion. That's, oh, captain, my captain. Let's see here. Nobody else is doing. Hey, check it out. There we have a level 60 mirror. I like it. Huh? What is going on here? Who's going there? Normal Barbary. Okay. Well, when in the Landsrad, let's normal Barbary you too. You Montebank. So, all right, wiggling. And then see if we can get closer with something for Caesar. Caesar Gaius Julius Caesar. That'll work right there. We don't need to look around. All right. We're going to go into the keep once more. There's the VIP package. It's a good one, okay, because it's the Lion Ring. The Lion Ring is good because it cuts down on enemy troop defense. I like it. The Lion Ring is a very, very good premium Monarch gear to cash in on. All right. Last but not least, I think this is basically the only other thing we need to talk about. There are some sort of peculiarities and or ways to get some of these items, but I think if you play around with them, you will get the hang of it. All right, but if you have any questions or anything like that, and you want any more specifics, please in the comments ask them any questions. You know, like and subscribe, share the good news. I know that just kind of throwing this one at you, but I wanted something for you to chew on and or consider and or experience this brand new amazing good time event. All right, so let's take a look here at the end at Ana Maria. You can't be in it. You can't be in it, honey.
I came my wallet.
Okay. This is my daughter Persephone. You okay?
Yeah.
Okay, love you, honey. So let's take a look at what she has to offer. We just need to look at the skills, okay? Some of these, there's always maybe something that's a little bit like, why do we really need that? Training speed, Coral Blessing. You gotta slay the dragon to get to the princess sometimes. And what is that princess? Boom! In-city siege machine attack. That is awesome. I love it. Attacking siege machine and range troop attack. Skadoosh! I like that one too. All right, and the Oath of the Lighthouse. When attacking enemy, mounted troop attack. Debuff extraordinaire. Mounted troop attack is really high, okay? And especially if you're going against a mounted troop keep, mounted troop defensive keep. Oh, here's a little wild. Debuffing their attack is tremendously helpful. All right, because you're attacking them, they're relying on mounted troop attack, but oh, I'm sorry, minus 75% when you get to the top. But I love the siege and ranged attack, and this in-city siege machine attack is something I really want. I am looking to elevate my in-city siege and siege keep my siege defense to over 3,000, and I'm getting there. Yes. Okay, so Ana Maria for Seals, she is fantastic. Highly recommend you go for her if you have invested and or are developing. All right, a what you call it, a heavy siege defense and or offensive game. All right. So that'll do it, my friends. just a quick rundown and looking through some things and having a good time and being super, super stoked about all the stuff that we can and or can't afford. But it's just neat to be a part of it because irregardless, not a word by the way, there is so much free stuff to get. Don't sleep on it. Get out there, slay as many of these Barbary pirates as you can, and at the very least, you are going to be swimming in tons of resources, speed ups, and go doubloons. All right. Thank you, Presley O'Bannon. Thank you, Maria. And thank you, Irene Diarno. This has been another episode of It's the R5 Life. Hold on. This has been another great time with y'all in this community. I love you so much. Peace. No, not yet. On Ebony TKR, it's the R5 Life with Leto. I am Leto II, the R5 Muad'Dib of the Landsred on server 1834 in what? Ebony. The King's return. Turn. You're going to see this weird screen because I don't have the dual thing going on right now since, you know, I'm at family and I'm borrowing this and everything. But they are weird outros. They're always a ton of fun because you know what? I love you. Peace.